Early morning sunlight spills over Amsterdam's skyline. Luxury cars roll up in front of five-star hotel. Guests in elegant suits and dresses enter the lobby. Bellboys rush to carry luggage. Managers whisper into walkie-talkies. Naomi, a young black maid in uniform, adjusts her apron. She pushes her cleaning cart down a long carpeted hallway. Her shoes squeak softly against polished marble floors. Other maids chat quietly in their native tongues. Naomi hums a tune she remembers from her grandmother. Naomi is in her late 20s. She moved from Suriname to the Netherlands 5 years ago. She supports her younger siblings back home. Every month, she sends money to her mother. She often feels invisible in the hotel. Guests rarely notice her beyond her uniform, but she carries herself with quiet dignity. Inside, she holds big dreams. She once wanted to become a translator. She loves languages, especially Dutch. A black limousine pulls up. A chauffeur steps out. The back door opens. Out steps Mr. Van Dyke. He's in his 50s, with silver hair. A sharp navy blue suit hugs his frame. His face is stern but elegant. He carries himself like someone used to power. The hotel manager rushes forward to greet him. Naomi catches a glimpse from down the hall. Guests whisper about the millionaire's wealth. He owns shipping companies worldwide. He is known for being strict but fair. Naomi doesn't expect to ever meet him. She keeps pushing her cart. But destiny is about to intervene. A phone rings at the service desk in the hallway. No one is there to answer. Naomi hears it. She glances around. No staff nearby. She hesitates, then picks it up. A frantic voice speaks rapidly, in Dutch. Naomi listens carefully. The caller has lost a valuable bag. The guest is panicked and upset. Naomi answers fluently in Dutch. She reassures the caller calmly. She promises to alert security. She gives precise directions in perfect grammar. Her tone is confident and professional. Behind her, footsteps echo. Mr. Van Dyke stops. He watches Naomi with surprise. He understands every word she says. His eyebrows rise. He didn't expect a maid to speak flawless Dutch. Naomi ends the call politely. She places the phone down. She exhales quietly. Then she turns and freezes. Mr. Van Dyke is standing right there. Naomi's heart races. She bows her head nervously. "I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to help." He studies her for a long moment. "That was excellent Dutch," he says. Naomi blinks in shock. She stammers, "Thank you, sir." He steps closer. "Where did you learn?" Naomi takes a breath. She explains her roots in Suriname. Her grandmother taught her Dutch. She grew up speaking at home. She always loved languages. But her family struggled financially. She had to leave school. She moved to the Netherlands for work. Cleaning hotels was all she could find. She never stopped dreaming. Mr. Van Dyke listens silently. His stern expression softens. "You speak like a professional interpreter," he says. Naomi blushes. She shakes her head modestly. "I'm just a maid, sir." His eyes narrow. "No, you are more than that." Naomi is stunned by his words. For the first time, she feels seen. The next morning, Naomi is summoned. The hotel manager looks nervous. "Mr. Van Dyke has requested you," he says. Naomi's hands tremble. She fears she's in trouble, but she follows instructions. She knocks on the Millionaire's suite. His voice calls, "Come in." She enters slowly. He is seated at a grand desk. He gestures for her to sit. Naomi hesitates. "Sir, I can't. I'm staff." He insists gently. She sits nervously. He asks about her life. She tells him about her siblings, her responsibilities, her lost dreams. He listens intently. "Do you realize your gift?" he asks. Naomi shakes her head. "It's just a language, sir." "No," he says firmly. "It is a bridge between worlds." Naomi looks at him, confused. He explains how interpreters change lives, how communication opens doors, how talent should never stay hidden. Naomi's eyes water. Mr. Van Dyke hands her a document. "Translate this," he requests. Naomi scans it quickly. It's a Dutch business letter. She translates fluently into English, word for word. He nods in approval. "Excellent," he says. She can hardly believe his praise. Her heart swells with pride. "I need a language liaison during my stay," he says. Naomi blinks in disbelief. "Me? He nods. Yes. You. Naomi hesitates. She worries about her job. Don't worry, he reassures. I'll speak to management. Her manager reluctantly agrees. Naomi begins working with him. She accompanies him to meetings. She interprets conversations. She translates documents. She grows more confident each day. Other staff watch in awe. The once invisible maid is now respected. Naomi holds her head higher. Her smile is brighter. She feels alive again. One evening, Van Dyke thanks her. You remind me of myself, he says. Naomi tilts her head curiously. He explains his own struggles. He came from a poor fishing village. He worked hard to rise. Talent and determination change everything, he says. Naomi feels inspired. She whispers, maybe I can still become a translator. He smiles. Not maybe. You will. The day of his departure arrives. Naomi feels a bittersweet ache. She has grown to respect him deeply. At the lobby, he shakes her hand. Thank you, Naomi, he says warmly. She bows her head. Thank you, sir. He hands her an envelope. She hesitates. Please, open it later, he says. That night, Naomi sits on her small bed. She opens the envelope slowly. Inside is a handwritten note. It reads, Your future begins now. Enroll in translation school. I will cover the cost. Her hands tremble. Tears stream down her face. She covers her mouth, sobbing softly. She feels hope rushing back. She whispers, Thank you, God. She clutches the letter to her chest. The next week, she applies to school. She receives her acceptance. She begins attending evening classes. She studies with passion. Her classmates admire her fluency. Naomi balances work and study. Life is hard, but her spirit is stronger. Every word she learns feels like freedom. She imagines her grandmother smiling. She dreams of interpreting at world conferences. Naomi stands at the hotel balcony one night. She looks over Amsterdam's glowing lights. She whispers to herself, I was never just a maid. I was always more. Her eyes sparkle with determination. Her future feels wide open. She has been seen. She has been lifted. She has chosen to rise. And her story has only just begun. Naomi walks into her first class nervously. Students glance curiously at her. She sits quietly in the back row. The professor begins the lecture. Naomi scribbles notes furiously. Her pen shakes with both fear and excitement. She feels like an outsider at first. Younger students chatter confidently. But Naomi reminds herself, I belong here. She whispers her grandmother's words. Never stop learning. Naomi wakes before sunrise. She cleans hotel rooms during the day. She rushes to evening classes at night. Sometimes she eats only bread for dinner. She grows exhausted but determined. Her hands are raw from cleaning. Yet her mind sparkles with new vocabulary. She whispers translations to herself while scrubbing floors. Other maids laugh, not understanding. But Naomi smiles. She knows where she's headed. One night, Naomi collapses on her bed. Tears spill down her cheeks. It's too much, she whispers. She thinks of quitting. But then she rereads Van Dyke's letter. She imagines her siblings in Suriname. She imagines her grandmother's proud face. Slowly, her strength returns. She wipes her tears. I will not give up. Occasionally, Naomi receives letters. They are from Mr. Van Dyke's assistant. Each letter encourages her to continue. Mr. Van Dyke often asks about you. Naomi's heart warms. She feels she is not alone. Someone powerful believes in her. That belief fuels her. She studies harder than ever. Her grades improve quickly. In class, she volunteers answers. Her professor praises her fluency. She translates difficult texts with ease. Classmates begin asking for her help. She tutors them after class. They admire her dedication. Naomi gains confidence. She speaks louder, clearer. Her laughter returns. She begins to dream bigger. One day, the hotel cuts staff hours. Naomi worries about losing income. She fears she can't pay bills. She prays late into the night. The next morning, her manager surprises her. Mr. Van Dyke has covered your tuition directly, he says. Naomi's eyes widen in shock. She whispers, Thank you, Lord. She feels renewed strength. Nothing can stop her now. Naomi passes her first exam with top marks. She clutches her graded paper proudly. She sends a copy to her mother. Her mother calls, crying with joy. "You're making us proud, my child." Naomi's siblings cheer in the background. Her heart swells with purpose. Every sacrifice feels worth it. She smiles at her reflection. "I'm becoming who I was meant to be." At the hotel, staff notice her growth. She now helps foreign guests communicate. Tourists ask for the maid who speaks languages. Management begins to appreciate her skills. Guests leave glowing reviews about her kindness. She earns quiet respect. Some co-workers envy her. Others admire her. Naomi stays humble. She continues working with dignity. Months later, Naomi is cleaning the lobby. She hears familiar footsteps. She looks up and gasps. Mr. Van Dyke enters the hotel again. He looks directly at her. His eyes light up. "Naomi," he says warmly. She bows slightly. "Welcome back, sir." He studies her face. "Tell me," he asks, "how is school?" Naomi smiles shyly. "I'm top of my class, sir." His chest swells with pride. "I knew it," he says. Other staff glance curiously. A maid and a millionaire speaking as equals? Naomi feels both nervous and proud. He invites her to dinner. She hesitates, but accepts. They dine in the hotel restaurant. Naomi feels awkward in her uniform, but Van Dyke speaks to her with respect. He asks about her dreams. She admits she wants to interpret at the United Nations. He nods thoughtfully. "Hi," he says. "I will help where I can." Naomi's eyes glisten. For the first time, her dream feels reachable. Naomi pushes harder in school. She spends nights in the library. She practices translations endlessly. She listens to foreign news broadcasts. She sharpens her accent. Professors commend her progress. She earns a scholarship for her final semester. She almost cries from gratitude. Life is still hard, but her vision is clear. She feels unstoppable. Naomi dons a cap and gown. Her classmates cheer around her. Her mother flies from Suriname to attend. Naomi weeps, hugging her. "I did it, Mama." Her siblings wave proudly from the crowd. The professor calls her name. Naomi walks the stage with trembling legs. She accepts her diploma. The audience applauds loudly. She scans the crowd. She spots him. Mr. Van Dyke sits quietly in the back. He claps with a proud smile. Naomi's chest swells with gratitude. After the ceremony, she rushes to him. "You came," she whispers. "Of course," he replies. "I wouldn't miss this for the world." Naomi hugs him tightly. Soon after graduation, Naomi receives a job offer. A translation agency hires her as a junior interpreter. Her first assignment, a Dutch-English business summit. She feels nervous, but prepared. She enters the conference hall confidently. Professionals sit around a long table. Naomi places her headset on. She interprets flawlessly. Delegates nod in approval. She feels alive. Naomi is no longer just a maid. She is now a respected interpreter. Her colleagues admire her skill. She sends money home more easily. Her siblings attend better schools. Her mother brags proudly to neighbors. Naomi's life has transformed completely. Yet she remains humble. She still thanks God daily. She remembers where she started. Months later, Van Dyke invites her to his estate. Naomi dresses modestly but beautifully. She arrives nervously at his grand home. He welcomes her warmly. They dine overlooking his garden. He listens as she shares her journey. "You did this," he says. "No, Naomi de Place. You believed in me when I didn't." Silence fills with deep respect. Van Dyke smiles. "All I did was open the door." Naomi wipes a tear. "Sometimes that is everything." He nods. "Then promise me, when you see someone with hidden talent, you will open the door for them too." Naomi nods firmly. "I promise." In that moment, their bond is sealed. One act of kindness has created a chain of hope. Years later, Naomi interprets at a global summit. She sits in a booth, headphones on. World leaders speak across languages. Her voice carries their words seamlessly. She feels the weight of history in her chest. She remembers cleaning hotel hallways. She remembers the ringing phone. She remembers the millionaire's words. Talent should never stay hidden. Her heart swells with gratitude. She whispers silently, "Thank you." After the summit, She steps outside. The city lights glow warmly. A young hotel maid passes by, tired. Naomi smiles gently at her. "Never stop dreaming," she says softly. The maid looks surprised, then hopeful. Naomi walks away with purpose. She has fulfilled her promise. She is no longer invisible. She is a voice for the world.